The night it all started, I wasn't even planning to check my phone. My fiancée, Emma, was out with her friends celebrating her bachelorette party. And I wanted to give her the space to enjoy without feeling like I was hovering. But one of her bridesmaids, who I'd always gotten along with, sent me a message with a shaky video attached. The text under it read, "You deserve to know the truth before it's too late." My stomach knotted instantly. I pressed play, my hands trembling. The clip showed Emma and her white bride-to-be sash wrapped around another man's neck at a crowded club. Their lips collided like they'd been waiting for this moment forever. The tears of her friends in the background made it even worse. This wasn't a mistake. It was a performance. I froze, disbelief flooding me. Emma had looked me in the eye just that morning and said, "I can't wait to marry you, David. You're the best thing that ever happened to me." Now I was staring at proof that those words meant nothing. I barely slept that night. By dawn, I had rewatched the video a dozen times, each viewing cutting deeper than the last. My mind raced with questions. How long had this been going on? Did her friends know? Was I about to marry someone who only saw me as a placeholder? But somewhere between my anger and heartbreak, a cold clarity settled in. If she could humiliate me on the very night meant to celebrate our future, then she didn't deserve my silence. She deserved the full weight of her actions crashing down on her. By morning, I had a plan. Emma came home around 9 a.m., her makeup smudged, hair tangled, and eyes hidden behind oversized sunglasses. She tossed her bag on the couch and gave me a weak smile. "Morning, babe. Last night was wild," she said, forcing a laugh. I studied her carefully, my jaw tight. "Yeah, looked like you had a great time." She blinked, caught off guard by my tone. "What do you mean?" I leaned forward, holding her gaze. "You don't remember what you did?" Her lips parted, her face pale under the foundation. I just danced, had a few drinks." I pulled out my phone, tapped the screen, and let the video play. The room filled with the sound of her laughter, her giggles, and then the unmistakable moment. She kissed another man like I didn't exist. Emma's hand shot out to grab the phone, but I pulled it back. She stammered. "David, please, that wasn't... It was just a dare. A stupid game. I didn't mean anything by it." Her excuses only fueled the fire burning inside me. A dare to betray me, to spit on everything we built. Her shoulders slumped, tears brimming in her eyes. "It was a mistake. I swear it won't happen again. Please don't ruin everything. The wedding's tomorrow. Our families." That was the moment I realized how differently we saw it. To her, the problem wasn't the betrayal itself. It was the possibility of exposure, of people finding out what she'd done. I stood, walked past her trembling frame, and said coldly, "You already ruined everything, Emma. I'm just the one holding the evidence." She followed me, begging, grasping at my arm. "David, please think about us. We can move past this. Don't let one stupid night destroy our future." But my mind was made up. If she thought she could cheat and walk down the aisle like nothing happened, she was about to learn just how wrong she was. Tomorrow wasn't going to be her dream wedding. It was going to be the day her lies caught up with her. The wedding day arrived, but the atmosphere was nothing like Emma had imagined. Her friends bustled around in pastel dresses. Her mother fussed over decorations, and she floated through the room with a fake smile plastered on her face. But I could see the panic underneath. She kept whispering, "You didn't tell anyone, right? We can still fix this." I stayed calm, collected, almost too calm, and that terrified her more than any outburst could. When the ceremony began, the guests hushed as Emma walked down the aisle, radiant in her gown. To everyone else, she looked like a glowing bride. To me, she looked like a liar walking into her own downfall. The officiant began his words, and then it was my turn to speak. Emma smiled nervously, waiting to hear the vows she thought I would recite. Instead, I pulled a small remote from my pocket, pointed it at the projector screen behind us, and pressed play. Gasps filled the hall. The same video I'd watched in horror now played before every family member, every friend, every guest. There was Emma, sash across her chest, kissing another man like the vows she was about to make meant nothing. The sound of her laughter echoed through the church. Emma's bouquet dropped from her hands. Her face crumbled. "David, stop! Please!" she cried, rushing toward me. But I stepped back, my voice steady. "This is who you really are. You wanted me to marry you under false pretenses, but I won't. Today isn't the beginning of our life together. It's the end of this lie." The crowd murmured in shock. Her parents turned away in shame. Her bridesmaids avoided her eyes. Emma sank to her knees, sobbing, her veil pooling around her like a shroud. I removed the ring from my pocket, held it up for a moment, and then set it on the altar. I deserve better than someone who betrays me before the wedding even begins. Consider this ceremony canceled. Then I walked out, leaving her collapsed in front of the very people she had tried to impress. By morning, Emma wasn't celebrating her marriage. She was facing the consequences of her own choices: humiliation, exposure, and the loss of everything she thought she had secured. In me, I walked away lighter, free, and finally in control of my own.